Okay, we're now coming to the end of our second week, so I thought it's now appropriate to start doing some official training with Chuck. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, Chuck's doing well and he's doing this and all the rest of it, and everything seems to be going smoothly with him. Well, yeah, he is, but I'm going to put that more down to the fact that he's just gone through quite an intensive 2-week programme to teach Chuck that I am somebody that needs to be listened to. I am somebody that's fun. I am somebody that provides good things. And this is the first, this is sort of like, this is an extended version of that. This is me teaching Chuck certain responses and keeping to the same theory. I have good things. So what I'm going to teach Chuck today is stage 1 of whistle recall, which basically means that when he hears the whistle, if he turns in my direction, then there's something good gonna come. Now, as you can see, he's quite focused on me because of food and stuff. And again, I'm putting that down to the last 2 weeks. I've provided everything for him. So if you notice then, Chuck turned away and he looked at, there's some kids off in the distance in the park. He can hear them, but he can't see them. We're on like a platform, and there's a little bit of a grass verge moat around us, so I can see the kids, but Chucky can't see them. All he can see is about as far in the distance as you can see in a circle, if that. So what I do is, every time Chuck is not paying attention, and I feel with the stage 1 recall it's very important you only do it when the dog's not paying attention. Otherwise all you do is you teach the dog that if I sit and look at you, then eventually he'll blow your whistle and give me something. What I want to do is I want to break his focus. So he looks at something, I blow the whistle, his focus is broken and he turns back to me. The problem with this is Chuck knows that I've got some food. So it's just a patience game. I just walk him up and down, mess around. As soon as his attention's gone off me, then I can give him the whistle a blow and recall him. This is genuinely the first time I've tried this with Chuck. As you see, his response is a little bit slow at the moment. He does turn, but there's no major, most of the focus is the fact that he just knows I've got some food, but he's no idea at the moment how he's going to get it. There you go. His focus goes off down the park, I blow the whistle, his focus is straight back on me again. And it's just a patience game, just waiting for him to break his focus. He is on a long line, but if you've noticed, I'm not pulling him in with the line. I'm keeping it about as short as a lead at the moment, just to literally just stop him running off. There you go, so I've just dropped the line. So now he can wander off as far as he likes. Now what I've got to do is, I've got to be aware of where Chuck's line is, because I don't want him disappearing on me. So I literally pace up and down the line, so at any point he decides he's had enough and he's off, I still have enough line to get control over him. I'm just mooching around until he gets bored with me. As soon as he gets bored, I blow the whistle, back away from him, he turns. It's just teaching him just to turn to me and come back for the whistle. He's getting far too good at his sits, trying to beg for food. He's now getting a little bit sharper with it. He's starting to realise the whistle means if I bounce round, come back to you, I get a treat. later on in the video we throw balls through him and stuff and get him back from the balls. You start to notice when I start to change direction, even though I'm not blowing the whistle, occasionally Chuck changes with me. He's very aware of what I'm doing. He knows he's got to keep reasonably close. He's waiting for that signal all the time. And we're just building up an instant response. The distance isn't important. We don't want to let him go too far from us at the moment. We just want a quick spin round, come to me. Like that.
Chuck. Hey.
My timing was slightly out there. He'd already started to lift his bum as I blew the whistle. But I didn't notice that until I re-watched the video. It's slightly harder doing it this way because obviously the video's static, so I've got to keep walking backwards and forwards towards the camcorder. Normally if I was teaching a dog this, I would just be walking and allow the dog to get so far away, or go and get interested in a bush or do something like that, and then blow the whistle and refocus him. But I need to keep him within a certain area basically so that you can see him on the camcorder. So we're doing a bit of ball work with him. He's a bulldog, they get a bit single-minded, so I'm trying to teach him that if he's asked to sit, he's got to let go of the ball and there's a treat coming. The last thing I want with a dog of this breed is that he grabs hold of something and will not let go. Started off back in my direction. There's nothing wrong with blowing the whistle just to speed his return up. You noticed he was just walking. As soon as I blew the whistle, he went into a nice trot. Everything's about speed at this point, not distance. We'll throw the ball back towards the camera. He was about to sniff the camera. We had to give him a second recall at that point, which I think for a dog that only started, what I would say approximately 20 minutes or so ago,
Chuck.
he's not doing too badly at all. So we're just gonna give, the reason I'm giving him a bit of a fuss is, what I've noticed was, the last time I recalled him, he didn't take the food out of my hand quite as enthusiastically. He came back as enthusiastically, but he didn't quite take it out of my hand as enthusiastically. That tells me that he's going off the boil a little bit for the food. So I'll give him a little bit of a roll around, a bit of rough play. What that does is, it brings his focus back up again. Because he gets bored as well, walking backwards and forwards, whistle going, spinning round. Far too much repetition. So we break it up a little bit. Bit of a back scratch, bit of a rough play. Remember, everything's a reward, not just the food, not just the ball, not just your affection, anything. If you cast your mind back to the Hoover, he worked quite hard to get a back scratch from the Hoover. It's just that messing around, mixing and matching. Get the dog's energy level up, get it to focus, get it to want something. The more effort you put in, the more you get out. So again, we're going to do some ball work with him. Notice, he doesn't even notice the people walking past him. He's focused on the ball. Can be a good thing, can be a bad thing if you allow it to be. We always control.
Chuck. Sit.
There we go. We get it to sit out a chuck, he let go of the ball instantly. Nothing wrong with roughhousing with your dog, nothing wrong with tug gear and stuff like that. Make sure the dog will respond to you. A dog that is obsessed is a dangerous dog. You don't want obsession, what you want is drive. There's a massive difference.
Sit.
He's willing to let go of the ball, he's willing to sit down even though he wants it. That's drive, it's not obsession. Obsession is a dog that will not let go. A lot of people out there at the moment are probably watching it and saying, well, my dog won't let go, or it's not food orientated, or it's not this, or it's not that.
Sit.
Don't forget, Chuck's been through quite an intensive 2-week programme just to make sure that he responds to everything I say.